So in the last module, Bradley showed you how to use Helium-10's black box to get some product ideas. Another way I like to get product ideas is by using brand analytics. This is data directly from Amazon. Now you're going to have to be brand registered to get this, so not all of you are brand registered yet, so this may not work for you. But if you're brand registered, you'll notice here, if you take a look back at Seller Central, you have this little brands tab right here. There's something called brand analytics. We talked about this briefly in a previous module. Now the deal is with brand analytics is this data, Amazon's very particular on how this data is used because this is coming straight from the horse's mouth. You know, a lot of the other tools that are out there, they're using approximations and they're using publicly available public information and making some guesstimates on how much stuff is selling based on algorithms. But this is straight from the horse's mouth. So Amazon doesn't allow the third-party tools to actually download and use this data as of right now. So what I'm about to show you is a technique that I use, but I can't give you the exact technique. And Helium-10 cannot actually give you, a spreadsheet or integrate this into the tool. There may be a few tools out there that have something similar, but they're breaking the rules on Amazon, and I'd be very careful about using anybody like that. But I'm going to show you a technique. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through it, but you're going to have to actually recreate this on your own. So you can take notes here on what I'm doing and showing you, and some of it's a little bit advanced. So for some of you, it may be a little bit too advanced, but I want to show you this because it's a very, very powerful way to get some product ideas. So what I do is I do this monthly. So I come in here every single month and I download the last 3 months worth of brand analytics. Because if you look here, when you come into Amazon search terms, just this one right here, you can actually choose by weekly, by monthly, or by quarterly. So what I do is quarterly is actually based on like business quarter. So it's not actually the last 3 months. So what I do is I actually download the last month. And then I'll do the month before that and the month before that. So if right now is July, for example, I will download June, May, and April. And so I'll come in here and I'll choose the monthly range, and then I'll choose right here 6/1 to 6/30. I'll hit the apply button. It spits out the 1,500 results. I come over here and hit the download over here. I download this as an Excel workbook. And it's going to take it a moment or two to download. It's going to download a really big file. It's going to be multiple megabyte file. And it's not going to download all 1.5 million. It's going to download about 1 million of the actual records. It doesn't give you everything that's shown here on the screen, but 1 million is enough. It's going to show you the top 1 million. I would do that for the previous month, which would be May, and the previous month, which would be April. And a lot of times I already have those downloaded from the past, so I only have to download the most recent one. And then what I do is I combine them into one big spreadsheet. So I take this and I went to Upwork, and you could do the same thing. You can go to a site like Upwork.com and you can find like a data scientist type of person if you're not familiar with how to do this. And I have them combine those 3 months into one master spreadsheet. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the spreadsheet right now. Unfortunately, I can't share this spreadsheet with you, so it's not going to be able to be downloaded here. But the concept here is what's important, and you'll be able to create this on your own if you would like to. So let me actually switch now to the spreadsheet, and I'm going to show you some of what I look for. And based on what I'm looking for, it's going to give you ideas of how you can analyze this data as well. So this is the spreadsheet that I've done that's combining 3 months worth of data. And you can see here that this is for April through June, and there's a lot of extra fields in this sheet here. You can see here I have the search term, I have the search terms, I have the search term count, I have the occurrence, and I'll go through what each of these are, the frequency, and then I have the SFR for the last an average, and then the SFR for the last several months. Let me actually open some of these columns up. So once I've downloaded all those files, I combine them into one spreadsheet, and that's what you're seeing here. This is one master spreadsheet. Now you remember there's about 1 million records in each of the original 3 spreadsheets, but if you take a look at what I have here, I only have about 300 and some odd thousand. Scroll to the bottom to see what it is. 317,000 records because we've eliminated some of the duplicates, and we've done one other key thing. Remember we talked about earlier when I showed you brand analytics and how this this works with the SFR and the click-through rates. One of the things that I like to look for are categories where the products are not dominated by any given product. So what I do is I actually take a look at what Amazon's given us is a click-through rate. And if we scroll over here, we can see in this particular spreadsheet, there's a lot of columns, don't worry about that. But we see here in column U, V, and W, we see the click share, and then in X, Y, and Z, we see the conversion share. I don't really care about the click share. I don't care which ones are getting clicks, if people might be looking at it or buying or not buying. I care about who's actually buying. So if you look at the conversion shares, columns X, Y, and Z, you'll notice that one says 12.87, one says 10.75, and one says 8.01. These are for the top three ASINs, according to Amazon, for this particular keyword. If you add all those up, you'll notice that those only equal about 31, 32%. So what I've done in the spreadsheet to knock the sheet down is anything that's above 40%, if you add these three together, I've eliminated. So basically what I'm doing is I'm saying, look, if the top three ASINs on Amazon have a combined that are doing well, or only 40% of the market, that means 60% of the market is still wide open on this keyword. And so even if I'm not really great and I launch just mediocre, and I can just get to spot number 4 or spot number 5, there's still a lot of opportunity for me. Because you see here the conversion share at spot number 3 on this top one here, the Apple iPhone one, is 8%. So if I was going to go after that, I could probably get 5 to 7% of this market. Probably, if I do everything right, and it's a big market. This is the top search term on Amazon. I might be able to get in there. Now that's not the only thing I look at, but the point of this is I want to eliminate all the keywords where there's super dominance by a few ASINs. So what this has done is it's taken it from millions of records down to 317,000 that have a combined click share of less than 40% between the top three. So that's the first thing. So the next thing I do is we've got a lot of extra columns in here, and I actually take a look at column C. That's the search term count. That tells me how many words are in the search term. So you can see that the first one there, iPhone, it has one term in it, one word. But Bluetooth headphones, it has a 2. So that's why column C is a 2 for Bluetooth headphones. Prime Deals 2021, there's 4 words in there, so it has 4. The longer the keyword, that's called a long tail keyword, the less competitive typically it is, and the more easily it is to compete on it. And usually it's higher buyer intent too. So someone that types in iPhone, for example, we don't know if they're looking for an actual iPhone, if they're looking for a case, if they're looking for a charger, if they're looking for some sort of decorative thing. We don't know. So there's a lot of extra clicks going on, and it's very difficult to rank and be specific about it versus something that's a much more specific thing. Like down, look at line 21, where it says Father's Day gifts from daughter. That's a much more specific thing. So that could be something that actually, it could be a hat or it could be a poster or something that says Happy Father's Day, love your daughter or something. That's much more specific. And so I can sort by the number of words that are in something. So column D is the number of times this word appears in all of these terms. The word iPhone appears 2,982 times. Bluetooth headphones appears 56 times, and these 317,000. So that gives me an idea of root words and how popular some of these keywords are, and if I can mix and match them into something. Because if I can do Bluetooth headphones, there's 56 different variations of Bluetooth headphones that I could potentially try to target. Then you look at the search frequency ranks. Column E is the average of F, G, and H. Column E is the average of F, G, and H. So if you look at F, this is the most recent month. It was a 3. 1 month ago it was a 5, and 2 months ago it was a 3. So these are in backwards order. And then I have something that calculates the trending. Is it steady? Is it trending up? Is it trending down? Did the keyword disappear? Did it reappear? So I have a calculation that's done here that will tell me whether it's steady. And you can see that 3 to 5 to 3, that's pretty steady. Versus this, if you look at line 6 here, trending up, it was a 39 3 months ago. Then it went to 38 popularity, and then it went to number 7 in popularity. So that's trending up. That's a keyword that's on the rise up. A keyword opportunity back, as you see 3 months ago, it was 0. It wasn't in here. That could mean that there were some people dominating it. That could mean that some of the conversion shares had a 0%, which I also eliminate because those are typically someone doing some sort of manipulation, whether they're doing add to carts, where they're doing something where the products have a 0% conversion share. So those products get eliminated. It could have been one of those. And maybe the people that were doing manipulation are gone and then went to an 18 and to a 10. And so that's why this keyword opportunity is back. And so I have this one's a possible new keyword. You can see this one right here. What is this keyword? It's a Nintendo Switch. Now that's probably not new. That's probably been around, but based on the data here, it had 2 zeros, and then it went to number 25. So this will flag possible new keywords for me that didn't exist before. And this is really important when you get down to lower SFRs into the 500, 600, 700,000. You can sometimes spot new trends by doing this calculation. And then also I have column J is the 3 month change. So how much has it changed in the last 3 months? So I can see the higher the number is a negative number. But the higher the number, the bigger the change. So I can see like this one in column number 10, right here, it's got negative 655. It's gone up from 6067 to 12. So it's made a 12. It's made a huge jump. So that's a portable AC. So that would make sense if this is April, May, June data, it's summertime in the US, it would make sense that an air conditioner would make a big jump. So I can see those kinds of big jumps. And then what I can do is I can do filtering in here. So I can come into this first column and let's turn on the filtering on this first column, data, filter. So now I can filter. So what I can then do is I can then, once I have this data combined, I can say, just show me the only ones that are trending up. So I'm going to deselect everything else. I only want to see items that are trending up. So I can just hit trending up, hit OK. Oops, I hit trending down, hit the wrong thing. Trending up. So now I'll filter my results. You probably can't see down here in the very bottom of the screen, it's probably cut off, but it says that now out of 317,000, there's 20,000 left. So now I've narrowed 317,000 down to 20,000. Now the next thing I can do is I can say, look, I only want to see the ones that are trending up that have made a big jump. Maybe these are new and upcoming keywords that I might be able to find something on. So again, this 3 month average, I can also now, let's take these 20,000. Let's look at the ones that have just made a big jump. So I can come over here and say that it's less than, say, I don't know, made a jump of at least 20,000. I'm going to do a negative 20,000 because those are negative numbers. And now you see it's filtered it down. And I know you can't see it now. We're down to 13,000 records here. And so I can see the ones that have made pretty big jumps. And then I can come over here and do, say, the search term count. And maybe I only want the long-term keywords. So I can come into this one. I can do the same thing. Let's say that the count is greater than, let's say long tail greater than 3. Greater than 3 words in the keyword. And now I've narrowed this down to 6,500. And then I can do additional filters on here as I want. But now what I've got is I've got a pretty good list of possible keywords. So I can then go through these, and I've narrowed down millions of keywords down now to 6,500 possible keywords. And then what I could also do is I want words that have multiple occurrences. So let's just say I want keywords that, because if I can rank for, I wouldn't do this, but if I could rank for Nike shoes for men, there's 6 other occurrences of Nike shoes for men. It might be Nike shoes for men extra large, Nike shoes for men waterproof, something like that. But the keyword phrase Nike shoes for men is embedded in those others. So the more of those, better. So I could come into this occurrences and I could say, I want to see only the ones that are greater than, let's just say 10. Now this is not a magic formula. I'm just making these up as we go here. And now we're down to 34 records. So now we're down to 34 possible ones, and that might be a little bit too much. So I'm going to actually change this to like a 5, so we have a few more to play with here. Greater than 5. And now we have 123. So now I have 123 keyword phrases that I can then go through. Now stuff like Father's Day right here, I'm going to skip because those are seasonal items. Nike, that's a big brand name. Summer dress for women has multiple sizes, so I'm going to skip that. So there's tank tops, 4th of July, seasonal, black dresses, but Hydro Flask water bottle, that's one right there. That's had a huge jump. So I'm going to copy this keyword Hydro Flask water bottle because that looks interesting to me. So now I'm going to come over here to Amazon and I'm just going to paste that keyword in and see what the results are. Well, looky here, 134 results is all that came up for that particular keyword. That's extremely low for Amazon. That's extremely low. Now, I don't know if Hydro Flask is actually a brand name. It may be. But the matter of the fact is, even if it is, look here, there's some other stuff that's showing up on the keyword. Iron Flask, Synthestar, stainless steel, simple modern. These guys are taking advantage of this keyword. And it could be a great opportunity, but I'm not sure. So let me take a look at the Helium 10 Chrome extension. I'm going to run an X-ray on this, and this will get an idea of what this market is doing. The X-ray is pulling up and says it's these products on this particular page are doing $12 million a month. And you can look here and let's take a look and see how well they're actually doing. What the company expand that out. And you can see a lot of them have a lot of reviews, 32,000, 17,000, 26,000, 67,000. So that's a pretty competitive niche. And so to be in these top 4 spots is going to be pretty difficult with that kind of review count. This guy right here has got 34,000, 6,000. So I would probably actually shy away from this just because of the number of reviews. But you can see here that even one guy with 467 is doing 269,000 a month. But there's too many reviews on some of these products. So I would probably actually not do this because I can't count on just this one particular keyword. I got to count on multiple keywords to drive my sales. So this product would actually probably not be done. Let's go take a look at anything else we have over here. I'm not going to do anything with iPhones, plus size dresses, no. Floats for swimming pool, that's a maybe. Bucket hats for men. But the problem with floats for swimming pool is that's a seasonal item. So that's probably why it's jumped so much. Salt and pepper shaker. It's interesting that one has jumped so much. But I know from previous experience that that's a pretty competitive niche. Shade cloth for plants. What the heck is a shade cloth for plants? Let's take a look at that one. Let's copy that one. Go back over to Amazon and let's paste that in and see what comes up. And this one's got over 1,000 results. But look here, this top line, these are all sponsored. They don't have a lot of reviews. You look at the second line, 1,000 reviews, 847, 70, 573. That's not too bad. We don't have 20 or 30,000 like that other one. The next line, 2,500. This one's a possibility. So let's run the Helium 10 extension on it and see what the X-ray says. So X-ray on this one, shade cloth for plants. The volume 733,000 per month. You can see here, I'm going to take away, see all these ones with SPs. I'm going to filter those out. So I'm going to come over here to filter results and say hide sponsored, apply filter. So that eliminates those. Now it shows me just the organics. And then I'm going to expand this so I can see the reviews. Look here, the lead counts are fairly low. Not too many over 1,000. That's pretty good. You have here, the one thing I don't like is the Amazon fees are $12.50, and this guy's selling for 18 bucks. That doesn't leave me much of a margin. So this thing's got to be really cheap. It's got to be $1 or $2 landing cost to actually make any money on this. So this one's $7.92. They sell it for $19.79. That's a much better margin. So I'm not sure why this one must be heavier or bigger or something. But this one's $9.97, $19.99. That's okay. I like to see this number be whatever this piece is. I like to see people selling it for 3 times that, ideally. Otherwise, it's not a super great opportunity for me because there's not enough margin. But if we were taking a look at this, this is one I would dive deeper into, just because the reviews are not super high, and I would see if there's some sort of way I could differentiate this. Look, these all look the same. They're all these little black things. They all look the same. So this is something that I would potentially look further into and see if I might be able to find a way to differentiate this. The revenue is not bad, even on the ones that only has 70 reviews. It's roughly about $8,000 a month. So this is how I use brand analytics to find products. So I'll go through these and then I'll find additional keywords. But shade cloth for plants, it was in here 7 times. So there's 7 other keywords that are related to shade cloth for plants. Which was what I would do is I would take the shade cloth for plants, I would copy that. I gotta go back up here and take the filter off. Let's see what other keywords are similar to shade cloth for plants. Let's take this filter off. Put a filter. And then I want to put a filter over here. Text filters, it equals, or contains, actually not equals, contains shade cloth for plants. Okay. There's 2 of them, but I've got some other filters on, so I need to actually turn the other filters off. And there we go. There's our 7 keywords that have shade cloth for plants, garden shade cloth for plants, heat, protection, shade cloth for plants outdoor, 50% shade cloth for plants, and so on. So you can see there's the word shade cloth for plants, it's a seed keyword, and I could potentially rank on all 7 of these by even just focusing on that one seed keyword. So this is how I use brand analytics to actually find different products. You could actually come in here and see like shade cloth for plants. If you go back over here to helium-10, our search term for shade cloth for plants, you can pull up the X-ray tool, and you can actually see how many of these people that are selling here actually are using that keyword in their title. Because the keyword in the title in that exact phrase order is super crucial for ranking. So I can actually come in here and do the filters on the intent. I can come right here to the title keyword search bar. And I can type in the keyword there and say apply filters. And look, of all the people selling this product, only 2 of them are using the words shade cloth for plants. So this is a huge indicator. This was out of however many on that page, 48 results, I think it was a minute ago. That's a huge indicator that if I launch this product and I use the keyword shade cloth for plants, it's actually going to give me a strong leg up and be much easier to rank and actually compete against these guys because a lot of these other guys are not using that keyword. So these are some of the things that I look for and some of the opportunities that you can uncover by using brand analytics. This is just one way to do it. I know you guys are all asking, how can I get that spreadsheet? How can I get this spreadsheet? I can't give that to you, but you could recreate this on your own, or you can hire somebody on Upwork to do that. It's just Amazon doesn't allow us to provide this data to you. As helium-10 or myself, you have to. The only use is personal use, so you would have to do it on a personal way. You get the idea here. You could create your own system around this too. That could be super powerful. And it's just one way. Black box is one way. There's plenty of different ways to actually find opportunities. But this is one way that I use. I use this with product savants. We help big sellers find great opportunities by using this method. So hopefully this has helped you, give you a little bit of insight into the thought process and the logic behind it. And we'll see you in the next module.